Hi friends, welcome back. This is a review video of JMGO N1 Ultra. I bought this projector with my own money and this content is in my opinion and as feedback of usage since last 30 days. JMGO N1 Ultra projector has MALC triple color laser optics, advertised as having 4000 ANSI lumens and reviewed by someone else as having approximately 2500 ANSI lumens. Resolution is 4K UHD with HDR10 support, 1600:1 contrast ratio and 110% of BT.2020 color gamut. Android TV version is 11 and audio system is co-created with Dyne Audio, gimbal-like design, and it turns horizontally at 360 degrees and vertically or pivot 135 degrees. Throw ratio is 1:2:1 and SoC is MT9629, RAM is 2GB, ROM is 32GB. Latency advertised is 15 milliseconds but reviewed by someone else with approximately 20 to 50 milliseconds. The cadet can be used for safekeeping as well as for easy transport, and it is a styrofoam case of good quality. The noise level is very low, approximately 26 dB, and it has about 30,000 hours of laser life, so approximately if used for 4 hours approximately, for almost 14 years it can be used. The power button on its base and nice grill for airflow, and this is a gimbal design, and you see the inputs as 2 HDMIs, 1 eARC and 1 USB port and 1 audio port. And here Xbox is connected to HDMI 2 while NVIDIA Shield is connected to HDMI 1. Okay, now let us go with the initial setup and firmware updates. So has first booted and did setup for English United States as a language, and quickly set up your TV with Android phone. I would just skip here and connection to internet was done by entering the password. And here energy saving tips and network privacy policy. And here terms of service, Google services and location and other parameters. We can either check or uncheck based on your preference. For the detailed settings, you may see the earlier videos, and here the most adjusted settings are being shown. This projector supports both manual and auto keystone correction, and it provides instant gimbal-like correction, and picture modes are available where we can save with the settings and then we can apply when we need to choose. And I chose the picture mode Vivid and color temperature user, HDR on, and it supports LR switch, which is left and right switch as well. Advanced settings, MPEG NR is strong and rest of the things either strong or high. And now let us see N1 Ultra with initial setup for Xbox Series S. And here we go to general TV and display options, choosing the 4K UHD, and it supports 4K UHD at 60 Hz. For gaming it supports the 120 Hz and 1080p full HD, and it supports HDR10 for gaming, and it supports 10-bit color. And let us go to video modes, and here allow 50 Hz, 24 Hz and also 60 Hz, and this projector doesn't support Dolby Vision at this point, but the chip or SoC supports it, so we wish JMGO come up with a future firmware update that supports Dolby Vision. And here let us go to see other options, general TV and AV power options. So some of them can be checked or unchecked based on your preferences. And here I have enabled the HDMI CEC. So when the Xbox Series S is switched on, then automatically it will ask for with a prompt for switching to HDMI 2. And let us restart the Xbox and then enter your PIN. And let us try to play a particular small game just to check the input lag. Before that, let us see these HDMI auto switch options. So I have selected them all, and CEC devices Xbox can be seen. And picture mode, I chose game, and color temperature cool. We can change it to user, and the display mode I have turned on the automatic, and adaptive Luma control, and other options including the contrast, which is local contrast, and HDMI RGB range can be selected as per your preference. And I don't see any input lag, so it's as good as any gaming monitor. It's quite good that way using Xbox with this projector. Okay. So the advertised milliseconds, though it was 50 milliseconds, so it was reviewed by someone else as about 20 to 50. So we can still play the first-person shooter games as well. So just don't expect like 144 Hz or something, because this is max supported with 120 Hz. For a full HD, and for 4K it supports only until 60 Hz. Projector supports Dynaudio sound because it's co-created with the Dynaudio, and it supports Dolby Atmos as well, and it supports 1.07 billion colors. And it has also got 3 color modes, which is vivid, standard, and glaring. Glaring is the most vivid, whereas vivid is good, rich colors. And it supports LSR technology, which is dynamic light speckle reduction technology. It's technology by JMGO, which is very good in terms of they're doing an excellent job in reducing most of the speckles. So speckle is an interference pattern that can affect all triple laser projectors to varying degrees. So laser speckle especially predominant in triple laser because it uses red, green, blue pure laser systems, and it gets distorted interference due to bright dark spots. Now let us test the video file format compatibility. I have copied several pre-sample videos of different file types into USB drive and connected it. So this is 3GP playing fine. And AVI, it plays fine. So I had observed that most of these file formats have played well, and there was no compatibility issue with the video files I have tested. So this is DVD. Let us select one of the .vob file. So it's okay. And this DivX. Flash. and there is M2 TS. So this is part of that Blu-ray disc stream. And there is M4V, which is Apple related codec. And there is MKV. So I've used daytime to test all these file formats. This is MOV. This MP4, this WMV, and this WebM, Google's codec. Now I have tested some Dolby Atmos videos. So there are two samples tested, and this is first sample.
This is Dolby Atmos. The number of speakers around you no longer matters, because this is the world's first object-based cinematic audio. With powerful moving audio that transcends from channels to moving around you with pinpoint accuracy. Whether the soundscape sits the mood of the scene. Or captures the full extent.
Do you want to know my secret?
Of nature's fury. And remember this? It's just the beginning of Dolby Vision. Because what you thought was black isn't. This is black. This is contrast that reveals details deeper than any image you've seen on a screen. This is luminance that means the difference between white and pure energy. Energy that is about to reveal an entire universe of color you've never experienced in the cinema.
And this is the second sample of Dolby Atmos. So while looking at some of the free video samples from YouTube, let us go through some of the pros and cons with this projector. The pros are good image quality. So this is a fantastic image quality. I have used several projectors since last more than 5 years, and this is the best I have. It supports good contrast, and it has good color reproduction and richness as well. Tested mostly using the Vivid standard and user modes. Brightness is good and tested with both adaptive brightness toggle on and off, and it has excellent video file compatibility. Audio is quite good, and manual keystone correction works well. Build quality is great and very portable, and gimbal works fine. Continuing on the pros, it has great design and looks very well thought out interface, and Android 11 works fine. No stuttering, freezing or dropped frames observed with the native Android home, and machine runs quietly and can barely hear any fans. Remote control works well, very little input lag except during the first 30 seconds after boot from power off position. But from sleep mode, it's okay with no input lag. Wi-Fi compatibility and speed is good. Bluetooth headphones, earbuds or soundbar can connect well and works well. No rainbow effect observed, and 3D works really well. And to see the cons, so there is very tiny laser speckle observed only in some scenarios. When video is projected in lower resolution up to full HD and with no good source content from the camera, or when viewing standard viewing distance, or when viewing low light scenes from above 1 or A or B. But in those scenarios also, it's only up to 4 of laser speckle only, as JMGO has exceptionally did good job in reducing the laser speckle by 96% in most of these situations. So a couple of Disney Plus app from Android Home has crashed, and that is a problem with the app itself. My personal rating, so build quality is 9 out of 10, image quality is 9 out of 10, color reproduction and richness 9.5 out of 10, brightness 9.5 out of 10, gimbal-like design 9 out of 10, and no speckle visibility is 8 out of 10, and no rainbow effect visibility is 9 out of 10, audio is 9 out of 10, interference or OS ease of use is 9 out of 10, connectivity is quite good, 8 out of 10. Just missing audio port, which is optical, and Ethernet port for this price. Portability is 9.5 out of 10. Overall rating is 89.55%, which is highly recommended. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.